My name is Wesley Walker. I'm 18 and I'm over at the Emery Grove Church Placement. So over at Emery Grove, we're fighting sort of gentrification in an impoverished area. It's a little bit different than that because the population that moved in isn't necessarily white and upper class. The issue is essentially that white landowners forced people off their land in the last urban renewal because there was a clause in all of their deeds that said that a race with a lesser life expectancy than the white race wasn't allowed to own land, so they were all renting. So when that urban renewal came around, they were all displaced due to the fact that they weren't able to own their land. So today, the new community that lives in there is largely immigrant-based. It's El Salvadorans as well as West Africans. Very few of the black people that originally lived there during segregation. So today what I'm doing is trying to connect the church to that new community as well as teach that new community about the history that once existed there. The most memorable experiences for me have definitely been my long walks throughout the community just because I've gotten to meet so many different people and fix some of my own misconceptions that I might have had at the beginning of my internship. Just this last week, I was actually walking with Neil and he didn't realize just how much of this was renters housing and how small and far away the houses really are from things like food because they live in a food desert even though it doesn't look like it. From the main street, you can't really see just how many houses there are, but as you walk in, you see that there are endless packed off neighborhoods where they're packed in like sardines living in single unit homes. One thing that I'm really proud of is actually an event that I've planned to spend a lot of time putting in work into that's happening this next week called the Cleanup Cookout. So that deals with cleaning up a local park that has some great historical value as it's connected to a baseball field that used to be a mecca for Negro baseball. That baseball field has been reduced to a softball field that nobody even really uses anymore. They're going to be turning it into a stadium soon and also adding a walkway which talks about the history behind Emery Grove. But the people that clean up the park only do so once every 2 to 3 weeks, and when they do so, they only clean up the trash that lies in the lawn that they have to mow. So that leaves a lot of trash on the playground next to a criminally overpacked school. I believe their occupancy is 200, but they have 875 students, which is crazy. And the pavilion, which is also covered in trash almost on a weekly basis. So my cookout is going to give people free food and music to come out here as volunteers and take a little bit of ownership of their own local park and clean it up a little bit and get some renovations in there before they actually put shovels in the ground to do the big heavy lifting of throwing a stadium or anything else in there.